Sininen valo, Mieka jalo, viinat ja sätkät. Mikko Alatalo lasit, narmuja täynnä. Merta rannan lapa oli liian käyrä. Kadon ilman kanervat ja Sankun koivu. Teemu heitin selän teelle ja lausui loitsu. Hokkus pokkus, sukset sotkus. Isos metsääs, pienet kossu. Mika myllyllä, kirves miehellä. Väkennos niinku majakalla pienellä. Verran vaunus jemma jyviä vena. Tarja harja vessas hampaita ja hinduvena. Maku kammaris, kukko kumipuvus. Jälkäriks panna riikotolla suvus. Kun ilma esileikkii, dudataan presidentti. Se on hindu elämästä vaan yks esimerkki.
Se on hinduman. Hindu hinduman. Se on hinduman. Hindu hinduman. Se on hinduman.
Original.
Hindu hinduman.
Hinduman.
Se on hinduman.
Rastaman.
Hindu hinduman.
Watch me now. Reinot jalassa ja aurinko paistaa. Kukka palaa, kunnes Sergei kukka palaa. Riman yli vaikka ilman seiväst. Nuoret keihästi rädyn sempo leivät. Tuli miehellä mielessä reikä. Kärpä sieni liemessä keitän. Viha miehille nektari. Nelosta tuopissa näytän keskari. Napsat jalat vaikka kädet on hitaat. Alla Jukka Palmun poika tapalikaan. Apina mies jahtaa emakko sikaa. Ei mennä metsään, mä muistan sen kikaa. Hindumani kuuluu pyllymiesten kiltaan. Iltasella siltasesta nainen siltaan. Hindu talkilla tulee koko ilta. Taas nousee juna, ajatus kirkas.
Se on hinduman. Hindu hinduman. Se on hinduman. Hindu hinduman. Se on hinduman.
Original.
Hindu hinduman.
Hinduman.
Se on hinduman.
Rastaman.
Hindu hinduman.
Watch me now. Lakanat pesu, pyyhkeet vaihtoo. Hindumanin misut jo hindumanin maito. Kakarat kysyy, hinduman vastaa. Hindumanin hani kantaa hindumanin lastaa. Pakarat keinuu, silmäile vaimoa. Hindumisun tisut, terhakat ja aidot. Tavara tarjolla, hindumaan jaksaa. Hindumanin hani antaa hindumanin kastaa.
Se on hinduman.
Original.
Hindu hinduman.
Hinduman.
Se on hinduman.
Rastaman.
Hindu hinduman.
Watch me now.
Se on hinduman.
Original.
Hindu hinduman.
Hinduman.
Se on hinduman.
Rastaman.
Hindu hinduman.
Watch me now.
Se on hinduman.
Original.
Hindu hinduman.
Hinduman.
Se on hinduman.
Rastaman.
Hindu hinduman.
Watch me now.
Se on hinduman.
Original.
Hindu hinduman.
Hinduman.
Se on hinduman.
Rastaman.
Hindu hinduman.
Watch me now.
Oh,
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Real Talk. Alongside me today is nobody with a freaking camera in Coast Gaming. We have Variety who couldn't afford a camera after winning. We have Princess Tomato, who couldn't afford a
Hi.
camera after winning. And we have Emma Witchin, also known as Emilito, for chat who
What?
want to troll him.
I'm Emilsi.
I know you're Emilzy, I was joking. God. How are you
Get
all
me out,
doing
son.
today?
I'm doing really
Great.
good. I got my
I'm doing
pork
good.
steak, and I'm doing good.
Pork steak. OP.
Porks.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't mind some pork steak myself. Well, you're the first one on the Real Talk show, and unfortunately none of you had a camera, which is amazing, because I was like, yeah. Variety said, oh, I've not got a camera, but Tomorrow has. And Tomorrow was like, no, I've not got a camera. But Emilzy has, and then Emilzy can't get his camera to work, so we get to see some lovely faces. Obviously, Variety
That's how
does
we
not
roll.
want to show his, so... How are you all doing, anyway, after week 1 of the Pro League?
Hi.
We're doing
Very
okay.
excited.
We're doing okay.
Sun hype.
Sun hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Got some
pretty
sub
good.
hypes and chat.
Like, it's so busy though. You don't really
Yeah.
get to do anything apart from play Smite. Like, you can't go outside. You have to be back at a certain time. So
Did you manage to watch the other games? Like, did you actually watch all the other games played as well?
yeah, I've watched most of the EU ones, but barely
Yeah.
any of the NA ones. I watched a few of them.
Cool.
Ah.
So, let's just go straight into it then and just talk about week 1 for you guys, first of all, in the Pro League. Because you went 1 and 2 overall.
Mhm.
It started off really well.
Yeah.
I mean, Exposed Secrets were first in the cards, and they basically just ran every single Norse god there was in Freya, Odin, Fenrir, Zeus, and Thor.
Yeah.
How did that go for you guys? Like, I saw a tweet from Shaggy Shank saying, "Oh my God, Freya is really annoying to deal with."
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys answer this because you were playing the match.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
We struggled a bit in the
their
early
team-
game.
Their team comp was really weird. Like, it was just based around like the mid harpies with the Odin, like, and they had a really good Odin Zeus. That was.
Mm.
So they were a really strong fight at the mid harpies, and I died like twice jumping into the Odin, which was really dumb. But I don't know. I think that's all Exposed Secret is really. Like, they're only gonna win through the cheesy comps that they do, just the comps that people never play against and people won't expect, and I think that's all they're really gonna do. I think Fumble's
is
a really
that
good
cheesy
ADC
though?
though, but
Like, is that
it's not. No, it's
cheesy
not really
to-
cheesy, but
to play stuff that nobody plays
the-
against. That's kind of, you know,
just the comps that nobody plays against, and only people they're only gonna win for people making stupid mistakes because they never play against those gods.
I get you. I mean, that game for you guys. I mean, you came out on top in the end, but I mean, it took you 17 minutes to actually get even with them because they were ahead for the most part of the first half of the game, and eventually Afro came online.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
just how that team comp works when they have like the Freya Odin lane with so much pressure, and we can't afford to get a combat blinks up this early, and when they also have the Fenrir, who's also a lot of early game, you know, it's always going to be hard for us to keep up. So the game plan was, okay, let's get to late game and let's kill them in the late game because we have so much late game hyper carry potential.
Right, it worked out for you in the end because obviously Afro online, and then you just started taking down towers, and there was nothing they could do to stop you with the sustain. So that one went okay, and then the mortality game happened.
Yeah.
What happened? I mean, you took an early lead, and then a couple of bad fights, and it was just like mortality just rip. That's basically how I saw it. What did you feel about it?
I went over them last night, like
Yeah.
basically throughout the whole of the game, we were
Basically
ahead.
dominated in the whole game.
Yeah,
Well, not dominated,
but
but we were really far ahead.
their team comp was like a ridiculously good late game comp,
Yeah,
which we
really
should have
hard to carry.
realised. And we also gave the Merc way too much space with him being able to split push, which was just bad calls, I'd say. Bad calls from myself / Bobat, who were like the callers. So like we should have probably, when Shaggy was ahead, put Shaggy in the lane with Mercury to deal with him, as Shaggy probably would have been able to deal with him at the time, or got a pick that would have been able to deal with the split push. But Apollo was fine. So that really, and yeah, just our game plan wasn't really, we didn't really have a game plan, to be honest. It was just, I don't know, we should have realised that their picks were so good late.
Did you underestimate them? Would you say, or is it just you just didn't pick? You didn't think about
No.
picking?
Overestimated the
we-
comp or the actual plays.
Right. Okay. I get you.
Yeah, they play
Like,
like
which one do
really
you mean?
aggressive. No, but I don't think any of us underestimated Mortality. Like once they picked up Sire, because I don't think their original solo laner was very good, and I'm not sure if they changed out. They did change out their jungler.
Yeah, the jungle
as
was
well.
Dover originally. And they
Yeah,
changed out
yeah.
Dover for
And
some reason.
Mortality were like a ridiculously over-aggressive team, but would always die because Dover would go like so ham. But now they got Rafa. Rafa's like aggressive, but he's like more controlled. So they don't go way too in, but they're still like a really aggressive team where there's not like many aggressive teams like that in the EU.
Cool. What we'll do for a second is just stop, and so you can all speak individually so people can work you out. Because a few people are like, I don't know who's who. Okay, so the Scouser amongst us, would you like to speak variety?
Hello.
Where do you play variety?
I play solo.
What gods do you like playing variety?
I actually hate Afro. Well, I hate it, but I just find it boring to play. I play Raw a lot. And that's about it.
And some Chunga. And some Chunga, right?
He's not Maniac, dude.
Like,
Barely ever plays Shank.
best
you
comment
think
Dry
like
Bear
that?
made about you this weekend was that he said, your god pool was just healers, and it's not very variety. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, yeah, that's quite true. Why have a name like variety when you're going to play 3 gods? Huh? Huh?
Well, I've been practicing a lot of gods lately.
Oh, well, we'll get to that
Like
later
a
on.
lot.
We'll get on to
In
that later on
ranked,
about
played
interesting
one
stuff.
Giants match. Well done.
And tomorrow, who are you? Like, what do you do? Who are you on the team?
I'm the mid laner. I play Guardians. I really like Bacchus. I play. I used to play a lot of Athena, but I don't know. I also like Athena.
You also like Athena. That's good.
Yeah.
And
You play
Millsy,
support.
you're
Yeah.
the coach, aren't you, sir?
Yeah, I'm the coach and sub for support.
So when the mid Guardian doesn't do very well, you switch in and take over. Is that generally the game plan?
Actually not. You know, it's like it's when Tomato isn't there, when he's like on some tent trip with his family, and he's like having this shitty mic in a team meeting with Ghost. That's like the time to take over, but it has to go really far before it take over.
Okay, cool. Well, now that everybody understands your voice, we could probably continue. So, that was Mortality. Didn't come out the way you wanted to. Then you came up against Cloud9. Now, Cloud9 with the changes to the roster and stuff. You saw the first couple of games. Were you confident going in? I'm guessing you should be, but
That game was. We were confident going in, but I don't know. Our picks it was just terrible game. Like that is the worst game I think we've ever played. Oh my god.
Sorry about that. Bit of wind, I apologise, I'm sorry. That's me living in the main road, I apologise for that. Go on, carry on.
Shut up, Esme. Go away. No, I don't know. We never really played with the picks that we had. We picked Emir, but I don't know why I was playing that, to be honest, because I don't really think it's a very good pick, especially when you're behind, like we were. We had Hebo, Carino. His Hebo isn't very good, and he doesn't even like Hebo, so I don't know why we went for Hebo mid, and Merc ADC, which we never play with. But it's not bad, but we just never play with it.
Is it the first time you tried Merc ADC then? Was that one of the issues?
In scrims,
Okay.
I think it is, yeah. So I don't know why we... Yeah,
You
it
played
is. It is
played
in
Mercury
variety.
ADC. No,
We
you played
played
like
Mercury
Mercury ADC the
ADC
other day.
once.
When you wanted, I think that was like against the Suntouch team where you wanted to try out new stuff.
Oh yeah, but that was one game, and that was like the day before. All right, so fine. Then we played it in one scrim before.
Was it
but
like Win Picks and Banjo like, yo, we can get Hebo, yo, we can get Mercury, let's just get them, and then
Yeah,
you were like, where are we
it
gonna put
was.
them now?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
it
kinda how
was. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, from outside looking in, because obviously I didn't cast it, so I watched it back because I was casting Challenger scene. But I mean, right at the start, Amelito went and stole the back harpies. Yeah, used Hog, stole back harpies, and then you fought him at mid lane, and you should have probably picked him up. But something went wrong with your communication. Or you just thought you could bring him down. The next minute he ulted you, and then you got rotated on and lost 3 kills.
yeah, we talked about that. Like, if we had got that, basically, Carino used the wrong ability, so he didn't have enough mana for his ulti. And we had a long debate: would he have survived if he did? And even if he didn't, it would have been worth. We established that we would have won the whole trade. Like, even if Anher had rotated in and killed him,
Yeah.
Shaggy would have come and clean up. And that was probably one of the biggest factors of that game from us losing that. Like, especially when you're Ymir and they had a lot more map pressure than us.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to do much. I wasn't able to make any plays, and it was just a really bad pick as well, since that first engagement went really bad.
Yeah, I mean that's what it kind of felt like. Watching it back, it looked like, okay, you had that pick on Geb, you messed it up. They got a triple kill. NQ got going on Loki because he managed to pick himself up a kill with a rotation as well towards the end of it. And then you were playing catch up the whole game, and then just NQ was getting bigger and bigger and being more of an issue with, split pushing with the teleport and stuff. Kind of how it seemed to play out for me. So it's interesting to know though that you kind of like went, oh god, we get Hebo and Merc, and then went, now we've got to try and make a composition around this. We've not really thought.
We won't be doing that again. We won't be doing that again.
So you're just gonna give up Merc and Hebo to the other team? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
The Giannis pick wasn't even necessary. Like, I mean, the Giannis ban.
The ban.
Like, we should not have banned that at all.
You're not
Even if they
scared of
first picked it. No, I'm not scared of it. But either way, if you think about it, if they first pick it, we get Zong Merc, which is like really, really fucking good. And if they first pick and then if they don't pick it, we just take it. So like, I'm pretty confident on Giannis. I think Crinio is as well. So either way, if they get Giannis, we get 2 good picks, and if they don't take it, we just take it. So,
So I mean,
and then the Merc balance are really stupid.
after week 1, then you ended up coming. They've got you down as 5th at the moment, but you joined 3rd. Joined 3rd at the moment. No, joined 4th.
We should be joint.
Guys are
fourth.
bad. Yeah, I'm sorry, joined 4th. Yeah. With SK Gaming, with Team Solo Mid. Sorry, with SK Gaming and Team Solo Mid right at the bottom, if I get that right correctly. Yeah. So you're currently 1 and 2. Did you expect to come out 1 and 2 this week? What were your expectations? Like, do you reckon you were a clean sweep or?
3-0 the dream.
Did you expect 3-0? Did you expect 3-0?
No, I expected. I don't know.
We expected to beat Cloud9.
Yeah.
But we thought Mortality was going to be a hard game. That was a good game, though.
It really was.
We liked that.
Yeah, it was a good game.
But no, we weren't too sure about the Mortality one. We don't play them as scrims.
Yeah, that's another bad thing about the SPL. Like, no teams wants to scrim you because like, oh, we got you Saturday that we don't want to play you.
Oh,
then.
so you don't scrim each other anymore? Is that the kind
No,
of?
No one scrims anyone because there's games all throughout the week. It goes from what is it, Wednesday through to Sunday. And they're like, even if you ask them, say, on Tuesday, no, we're going to play you on Sunday. Just so stupid. Like, no one really gets to practice. You have to scrim against challenger teams, which is not really what I enjoy. I would rather scrim against the teams that, I don't know. If only I'm hoping to get, like, I don't know, a team where we could just scrim partners, even if we are going to play them the next day. Someone like SK or something would be good.
Yeah.
Just so we can make sure that like we solidify our like position in like Worlds or something like that. I think that'd be a really good idea. But no one really wants to scrim at the moment, which is kind of crappy.
And with we're saying that about the scrims and that. I mean, the other teams this week, did any of the games surprise you in how like the results have come out? Like, did any teams stand out? As in, any teams stand out that you're like, wow.
TSM standing out.
No, I don't think it did surprise. I don't think it really did surprise me. I think Mortality did a little bit better than I thought they would. But and also SK, I don't think they did that well, like as well as they could have been doing. But
I'm also.
It's so early to say, like who's going to go to a LAN or who's going to win, blah blah blah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is week 1. There's another 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think TSM are definitely going to bring it back. SK will definitely. I don't know. I don't really want to put ourselves in it, but us, Mortality, SK, and TSM definitely big contenders for top 4.
I mean, it's really close, honestly, in EU right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not harder than we thought it'd be. That's what I thought it'd be anyway.
All right, okay. So did you just expect like the teams from LAN, you'd have to face them, and then just 2 other nobodies, so to speak, and see how it goes?
Not nobody, like walk when.
You know what I meant by nobodies. I wasn't trying to put the other teams down as nobodies. Just like you didn't expect them to be as good as they were, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I kind of swapped it around. Like Cloud9 was expected to be easy, and then walk it off. Now Mortality were going to be the new like in place for Cloud9.
Yeah.
So then top 4. But it's really not like that.
Yeah, I was also really surprised by Exposed Secrets, right? Because they actually, like, literally, they were doing so good in scrims, and me as a coach just sitting there and seeing them have, I don't think they lost one scrim in like 20 days or something. It was just stupid. I was like, oh shit, how are we gonna win this? But it's funny because in all of the games they picked weird stuff, but they only picked like one weird card. They would pick Fenrir in one game, and then they would pick standard. Then they would pick Freya ADC, play standard around
Yeah.
it, maybe even Vulcan ADC and play standard. Then they come out and pick like Sword Saber like five. I guess Freya's okay, viable, and Force okay, but like three guards that's not seen that much, and like almost never together.
In
And
the
I
same
think
game.
that's like they never practiced all five of them in the same game. I don't know. I think they kind of disappointed me. I thought they would do way better.
I also think like the two teams, Mortality and Expo Secrets, while us, TSM, SK, and C9 were at the LAN, or not really C9 anymore, but at the LAN, they were constantly practicing all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas we, even before the LAN, we hadn't practiced. I don't know, what was it, 2-3 weeks before the LAN?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
hadn't been scrimming, and even when we got to LAN, we just played the tournament, and then we took a break after that. Whereas Mortality and Expo Secrets had been constantly playing. TSM didn't scrim that much. I don't think SK did either. But yeah, I think that's been a big part of why they're doing, or Mortality especially, are doing so well. Because I don't think the teams are performing that well at the moment.
It's a good point. I mean,
Like-
with the with the LAN coming up, with the LAN happening, and you all had a break before the LAN, then you had a break after the LAN. A lot of the teams as well. Like even Cloud9, their roster changes with Youngbay going away. It's probably difficult for them to get going, and TSM.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know yourselves, like even Mortality was saying, we've not really seen Coast around a lot recently. So we don't think they practice enough. And I guess that's the big thing, is like the 4 teams that went to the LAN haven't really been scrimming or practicing enough at the moment.
That's true.
It should start picking up. I'm guessing you've got, you're trying to get scrims in wherever you can.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, it's hard to get like really high quality scrims in when
Yeah.
a team like let's say you play Mentality. Nope, we're not gonna scrim you because we're playing you, and we're in that mindset. It's like it's not like we would play. I don't think it matters if we play you even the day before we're gonna play you in the tournament, because we might do something different in the tournament. So that's like only like Agilitas and the new Suntouch team, and I can't remember the last team, but it's only like these teams we got like real scrims on. So it's really hard at the moment
Have you
to get
looked-
scrims in.
Have you looked at looking at North America? Because like I'm sure the North American teams would love to scrim you. I know ping could be
Yeah.
an issue, but like you just go backwards and forwards between servers,
No,
Yeah,
we
but-
haven't actually thought of that.
I was
Were
thinking
you?
that just
Yeah,
like no,
so
like
I-
this is just before you said, like literally 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, that would be a good idea.
I mean, there's teams in North America that are probably in the same boat as you guys, and we might see some more into practice between the two regions. Because I can understand you not wanting to face your opponents, and ping might be a bit of an issue, but at the same time, if you can get a half decent ping, it could really work out for both the teams. You'll be able to scrim
We
against
just
different opponents.
We're just gonna place a scrim server in Greenland, and we should be fine.
Well, worst case scenario, I'm sure, like you said, there's challenger teams that are always up and coming, that are always going to be looking for scrims and stuff, and I'm pretty sure if people watching this VOD have a team, they'll be like, yo, can we scrim you? So you might get some opportunities there,
Yeah,
just like others.
that's true. I actually had a lot of teams asking, "Can we scrim you guys for an experience?" And I think I would love lower teams to scrim us, but the time we have to scrim is not that much every day because they run a school, and I'd rather just use that time on like real scrims. But again, it's hard, and I know the challenger teams have so much talent, and they're just growing like so much, but it's gonna take them like 2 or 3 months before they're gonna get at the level, like at the decent level that we are right now,
Yeah.
etc.
I get that.
So I don't know. It's really weird with the scrims in practice right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, what we were up to then, we were just talking about scrimming and whether you had a chance to do
The
it. So-
Fantasy League, that's what you want to
we'll
talk
get
about.
to Fantasy League eventually.
Uh-huh.
First of all, what do you think of Cloud9? Because, like, first game, Cloud9 came out and they were like, oh no, it's a new team, because they've had so many roster changes. I was like, oh, it's not gone so well for him. And then all of a sudden, like, they turned on the heat and they've placed second, going 3-1, How did you feel? I mean, obviously they defeated you as well, so, how did you feel about their roster with the changes?
like I don't think we expected like Optics to do that well, or Carino definitely didn't. Like we saw him more of as a ranked player, but like his Janus has been like really good. He's hit a lot of his abilities like all throughout the games. But no, the C9 roster is definitely performing a lot better than we thought it would be. Like we didn't think it would be easy, but I don't know. I just think they're doing a lot better than we thought they would be doing.
Do you reckon they'll get better? I mean, at the moment, they're still a young team, so it's, I see them as a possibility. Like, if they're doing okay now, I know you said, like, a lot of the top 4 teams haven't really had the practice because they've not really been scrimmed. Neither have they, though. And with the new roster, like, if they get more and more synergy, they could become really dangerous themselves.
I don't know, because it's like, I think that team is really, let's say, there's some pretty big egos on that team. I think that Emilito is definitely like a rank troll. And, it's gonna be hard for them, I think, if they get on a losing streak or something, which they might do when we're like all of the old teams from the LAN are trying to scrim, like, and we're trying to get scrims in. They might get on a losing streak. And I think that could maybe like tear the team apart. I can't speak. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with C9.
I mean, like we said across the board, then I mean, with Mortality coming up and Exposed Secrets doing well, and the other teams, Team Solomon's got to start making a statement soon, but everyone expects them to anyway. I think it's the same with North
I don't know
America,
about soon. I think definitely I think this happened before with TSM. Later on, they just started performing like really, really well. But at the first like couple or few weeks,
that was the same as SWC, wasn't it? Like at the start, they
yeah,
seemed a bit
it was.
So-so,
and I think that's what's going to happen again. Like,
I don't think
I think TSM, their players are so good. I don't think they can really fall behind.
I can understand that one.
And they've had so much experience. So, yeah, I think we'll see them come up, but not just yet.
Not just yet. Well, if we look towards next week, which is this week now, because it's like 2 days' time, what we're going to just talk about your current games that you've got ahead. So you've got Mortality, your first game on Wednesday. How do you think you're going to do? What's your predictions?
I think that'll be another good game. I don't really want to predict ourselves. It's
You can
weird,
predict whatever. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to say Mortality, you don't have to. But we can say it's just going to be a good game. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. Like, just got to work on our picks really.
And then Thursday,
and
you've got SK Gaming.
Not too sure about that. I don't know if... And also, I think Captain Twig's not playing on a few of the days, which is also, like, the Smite Pro League is really busy, so Captain Twig isn't able to play, which isn't really fun, especially for SK. Like, they have to play Zyro's mid and ANG jungle.
Yeah.
Which it can't be very fun for them. So I don't... if they have that roster, then I obviously, I think any team can really beat them if they have their other full roster, but I don't know really how SK are playing at them. They've been playing pretty well, but I also think that would be another good game.
And then the next day, you've got Cloud9 on Friday.
I think next time we play them, we'll win that.
The mistakes won't happen. Is that what the plan is?
Yeah, we won't play like retards.
Okay, and then Saturday's your day off, so you're drinking Friday night, I'm guessing.
Yeah, get high, something like that.
Okay, cool. And then Sunday, you against TSM.
Unless TSM really pick it up this week. Oh, hello, Matty. I think we should be able to beat them. I'm surprised they lost to Exposed Secrets, though. I don't really think any team should lose to Exposed Secrets.
Ooh. So, you predict, with what you said so far, you've said you reckon you're going to win 2, and 2 are going to be close games unless Captain Twig's not playing, then it'll be 3 wins and 1 maybe.
Obviously, this is a prediction. But
of course, it's a prediction. It's a prediction. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just confirming what you said. That's all.
Yeah.
What about you, Variety? Like, I know you just come back, so your games next week. Do you want to just tell them what your predictions are? If you just want to say it'll be a good game, that's cool. First of all, you got Mortality on Wednesday. How do you think that's going to be?
I say that's going to be like the same as our old game. Obviously, not with the outcome.
You're going to lose.
No, not with the outcome. But like, it was. I really enjoyed that game. It was really close. I think it'll be the same again.
Okay, and then day after, you're going to play SK Gaming.
Same as what Jake said. But even with Twig, I think I won't say we should come out on top, but they're
Ah,
very good, so
that's
anything can happen.
Friday, you've got Cloud9.
We're not gonna make. I think we're gonna win that one.
Okay. And then finally, you get a day off on Saturday. Sunday, though, you play TSM. How do you feel about that one?
We should also win that if we don't let them snowball. If we don't give them like their comfort picks and stuff.
All right, so coming out round 2-2 with you, you expect to win 2.
Yeah.
Win 2, possibly win 2 more. That's what we'll cut it down to. MLZ, have you got any like changes on that? Do you reckon you'll win all 4, or you're feeling about the same?
I don't know. I think that the Mortality game, because Mortality is like on fire right now. I think it's gonna be a really, really even game, like the guys, and I think it's like really who has the better day is gonna win that game. But I definitely think we can pull out a victory. And against SK, to be honest, if they're gonna play without Twig, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a walkover, but that should be a win. That's just not gonna be acceptable if we don't win. And like, what's left then?
Papa Mills, you're gonna get us in
It's
trouble.
not going to be acceptable. Well, can I
Stand
ask what the punishments are that you give them if it's not
He
acceptable?
drags us into a Dolby room on our own and then
Yeah,
gets us talking to.
Yeah.
I don't know what he says in those rooms to the Variety. Variety, what did he say to you
What
last
did he say,
time?
Variety? Tell us.
No, that was Bobot.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it Bobat? Oh yeah, he spoke to Bobat.
Last
the
time
other
was
day.
Bobat. Last time was Bobat, but I also gave Varia lessons one. But I think C9 and TSM games we should win those.
Okay. Quick question as well. Frezzy in chat just asked, are you going to ban Ymir again? You don't have to answer, obviously, because you're giving away secrets, but he's just thought he'd ask you.
We're gonna ban Arachne.
Ban Arachne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, is Proxy QQ subbing for him or something? Is that what
Yeah.
you're doing? So,
I think so.
with those games down, obviously they're your games. Is there any games from the rest of Europe that you're looking forward to seeing? Like, do you reckon any of the ones this week will be close? There's SK versus Cloud9, Mortality versus TSM, TSM versus Exposed Secrets, and
I
Cloud9
think the
versus Exposed
closest will, apart from us, probably Mortality vs SK.
This is SK. Ooh, on Saturday, that'd be a big one as well.
Yeah. Oh wait, SK don't have Twig. Then I don't know. Like as I said as well, any team can just like put in a lot of practice one week and
Yeah,
then
definitely.
just perform because it is so close. So
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
it's really hard to predict. But I think if SK full roster practice really hard, Mortality full roster practice really hard, that'd be a really good game. Not too sure about TSM at the moment though.
So, if we go through the other games, right, and I ask you all, you can all call out at the same time, basically, and we'll just go through the rest of the games for the week. And you guys can just say who you reckon will win. Yeah, you can give an opinion of other people's games. I'm sure that's okay for you. So, Cloud9 versus SK.
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 SK. Okay, game 2 will be TSM versus Mortality.
Mortality.
Yeah, Mortality at the moment.
Variety, any change?
At this point in time, I'd say Mortality.
Okay.
We're
TSM.
basing it off this week's performance.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I give credit to Variety. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure the viewers will too. It's good to quantify it as well for safety. In case everyone goes, oh my god, Coast think TSM are terrible and never going to win. Okay, Exposed Secrets versus TSM.
God. I hope TSM. I hope TSM.
Okay, Variety said TSM. MLZ?
Actually, I think Exposed Secret's gonna pull it off. TSM is kind of behind in the meta. Yeah, and I don't know. It's gonna be hard for him.
Mid-half now.
Cloud9 versus Exposed Secrets.
C9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, C9.
Mortality versus SK. Ooh. Oh, that's a game that might not have Twig, isn't it?
Yeah, that's I don't have Twig. Mortality, I think.
Yeah. Mortality.
Okay. Then the last game to mention is Exposed Secrets versus SK on Sunday.
SK.
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 Okay, cool. We've got some good predictions then. Right, now we can move on to the next part of the show, fantasy picks. Have you guys been using the fantasy stuff that's come out?
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
good.
It's so exciting, isn't it? So much fun.
It is. It makes me want to watch like NA games if I have an NA player on my team, which is really good.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
more viewers.
Well,
Like
going on to your fantasy picks then, like you've all probably got fantasy teams on, so what I'd like to do like is go through you and listen to what you guys picked for your fantasy and why you picked them. And then I'm going to shit talk BM you about the reasons why you should have picked other people, right? So I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll just go with the flow. So who wants to start? You guys can start.
I'll start.
Go on then, let's do this.
Right. In solo lane, I've got the Beast, Devios.
Okay, the
Hey,
beast.
Giannis.
The beast.
Right, in the jungle, I've got
So why don't
Rafa.
you go for an EU player in solo?
Because
You're trying to say
EU's
EU's worse than
EU's
an
so
in
much
solo?
harder.
no. I think EU solo laners are like really good. Not really good, but like they out. I don't like it's. Anyone can win the 1v1 matchup. It's
If
like
you have
depends who
EU
have a better
players on your
day.
fantasy team, though, it's so hard to predict. Just like
Yeah. Well, like in NA, Devios is clearly like the best solo laner out of all of them. So it's pretty obvious. Like,
Especially with how Red are playing as well. Like.
he's gonna rate
Yeah.
the points for me. So and then in jungle, I've got Rafa. And that's just because Mortality doing super good. And usually they snowball off his aggressive playstyle. So
I've got him on my team too, just because he was cheap.
Yeah.
Like that's the only
yeah,
reason.
he was cheap.
I'm not joking. I'm just like I've
85.
picked him up because he was cheap. I'm going to sell him when he actually gets to his decent value, and then get someone decent like Andinsta. That's my plan anyway. Okay,
Get someone decent.
who's in your
Wow.
jungle?
I just said I had Rafa. Come on.
Rafa in your jungle. Sorry, mid. Oh, I thought I said mid. I said jungle. I was like, what are you talking about, idiot? I know what I was talking about.
In mid, I've got the Boosh. The Boosh.
The Boosh.
The Boosh.
The Boosh. Okay. Why
and
not
just 'cause
EU?
he's-
Why not EU?
I think EU mid's. No, I don't want to say that.
NA is just like there's
Carino was there like, what?
But if you look at NA mids, there's the Boosh. They used to be the best, and then there's MLC Star. Like, there's all these like really good mids.
That's
So
true. That's true.
I just picked the Boosh because Cargo are like the best in.
AD carry.
I got Moex.
Wow, you've copied my fucking fantasy team.
you didn't
right.
get your own boy.
Oh
Shagging.
my-
No, you suck.
You guys,
He's overpriced,
I
man.
think you guys match fixed against Exposed
It
Mortality.
sounds like it now.
Yeah,
Tomorrow-
like what the
tomorrow,
fuck?
is your roster the same at the moment? Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment,
Okay, and what's your support variety?
probably the same.
Incon.
Oh, okay.
Continent shit.
Who did you go with, Tomato?
You probably have to be.
I went with the Ionic, but they were they're both very close. They're still the same price. So,
Okay.
but then again, Incon gets like loads of kills, so I probably should
true.
have picked him up. Like they need to change it with the supports.
But-
They need
I
to
agree.
supports
No,
should
no.
get
You have
more points for assists and
you,
stuff
you
like
have
that.
you have to think about that KDA acting in KDA's assist count as much as kills.
No, they don't. They don't give enough as much
they do.
points.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 for a kill. Sorry, 2 for a kill.
Oh,
or 3 for
yeah,
a
it
kill.
might be
so
better
minus
to
2 for a
delete
loss.
them.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what I think they need to do, what best advice on a support right now is either one that kill steals like Incon, or probably getting someone that doesn't die much. That's the key to make it
Yeah.
worthwhile.
Yeah, it is.
And Emilzy, what's your team then? Because these two have already said that
Yeah.
already.
My team was in the jungle. I had in the Bobat. In the ADC role, I had Shink.
You had
I
Shing. Was that?
I had Jake
Oh.
in the support role. Carino mid,
Oh.
and I had Verdi solo.
Oh
But-
god.
After they lost both of the games, I sold all of them, and I haven't got my new team up yet.
So you had Team Coast, and then you went, this team's terrible,
Yeah.
I'm remaking.
Yeah.
Is that a sign for the future if Coast don't make it to Worlds?
Yeah.
No, not at all. But anyway, it's like I don't know. I had that thinking, I wanted to pick someone from let's say other teams that we were playing, but also not. I didn't think we would lose to them, but because they were playing other matches, and I might not have a lot of spare time to like edit my team. But I'll just be scared that you'd get offended by doing some match fixing or something to win the fucking.
To win gems and an
Whatever.
Xbox One, right?
So I'm like, I'm just gonna make a complete NA team or something. I don't
Gems
know.
and an Xbox One, it's important, man. That Xbox One.
Yeah.
So, going on to the fantasy league a little bit more and a bit more in depth, was there anybody that you saw like during the fantasy thing that you thought was undervalued or overvalued? Like, did anyone stand out like, how is he worth that much? He's shit.
Game
Or
Hunter. Oh well, not what you just said. Not
oh,
exactly.
you just said that. I just instantly.
I think Game Hunter was
Jeremy's
really
overvalued.
overpriced. A lot of TSM players were pretty overpriced, I think. Definitely at the moment, anyway.
I think-
I think Jerby was alright in a good spot.
Jerby?
Yeah,
Jerby was really cheap.
he was the cheapest.
So BM.
What? I think Zalia was really cheap.
Yeah, Azalea was cheap in this one. That's true.
Frezzy was also pretty cheap. But then again, there was quite a few supports. They weren't really that expensive, were they? No one really cares. Like Badger was cheap.
You were cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
cheap,
Coast is like probably the most undervalued team, to be honest here.
I actually think it was Mortality was way low, really low down on the list. Like every single row, like Moex and Reels, for example, on Hunters was just ridiculously low. I mean, Shaggy's really good, and Shaggy was probably worth the cash, if not a little bit more. But Moex and Reels was like, nah, we're not gonna cost you anything, you know.
Also, cognitive prime players are just overrated a bit too hard. I think cognitive red players.
I think the
You
top
want a bit
two,
more?
Barracuda and Understood, they're fine. It's just Jeff Finley, who's like the third
Yeah.
most expensive player. Like,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be that.
I don't know.
Like,
You talk
high,
about
right?
Jeff the Sex for like that. Like you can't say stuff like about Jeff like that. He steals Gold Furies and Barons all the time.
You don't get points for that, though. You don't get points for
true.
that. It's just...
That's true. That's true. I guess. So, is there anything? Are you going to be changing your rosters this week? Because obviously that was your roster last week. Are you changing your roster this week?
No. My last week my roster was Maniac and Solo, but he doesn't really get too many kills, so I got Divios instead.
I see.
Apart from that, it's been the same,
So
and
you
I'm gonna keep it. I
I
think.
changed out guards for Rafa. Like I used to have guards and I changed them to Rafa.
Okay. But now Rafa's going to start losing games and become worse, and you know you're going to lose money on
Swear
him.
to God, if he does.
Yeah, I'm
Just
just
do
gonna
it.
make a team with all of the like 5 other EU teams and players, and they're just gonna start losing.
That's the plan. You should get in touch with them and say, "Yo, I need you to win this for me," and they'll lose.
Yeah.
You can't win. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then everyone starts BMing all the players if they're not very good in the fantasy league. It's so funny.
Have you guys had any BM actually? Have you guys had any BM about
on
what they
Twitch
were?
chat, not like directly.
Okay, you don't have any Twitter messages or anything going, "Oh my God, you useless."
No, nothing
Not
like
happened,
that.
chat.
I haven't, because I'm amazing.
Because you play Afro and Ra.
Yeah. Apart from that 0-3 Afro game. Okay.
So you don't think there's anyone undervalued? Is there anyone you think is still undervalued right now that you could be like, we should probably...
Oh, I think Shing is overpriced, but...
I said
yeah.
underpriced, I didn't say overpriced.
Oh, well, I was just saying...
Okay.
Shing is overpriced.
Pendiviani is overpriced. I think I don't know if I heard something about in chat earlier that they would like replace Pain with the Halfdale actually. I don't know if like Symphony can confirm that because it was I think it was him that said it. I don't know if it was just troll.
Let me see.
I can't really see...
Who's
Not
cheap?
that I can see.
I'm gonna find it real fast.
I think Carino was quite cheap.
How much was Carino?
It's only 1,000.
That is
1,000.
quite cheap.
I think Optics is still like underpriced. It's 880.
I think they only move a small amount each week. Like I think the most I've seen is like a $55 increase on a player. Is the most I've seen, if I'm right.
Someone
this
has
one
70.
right now. It's on with a minus
Zatman has
100.
-100.
You lost 100. That's amazing. I did not know that. Wow. Okay, that's gonna make things a bit easier to pick up the Zapman. Wouldn't complain about it for now.
But
I won't be picking him up.
So, have you enjoyed the
neither will
fantasy
I.
league like coming and stuff? Have people like been messaging you saying, "Yo, I've put you on my team. I think you're the best."
Yeah. It's quite nice actually.
Yeah, you start feeling like more of like a pro now.
A bit. I like it for the viewers as well. Just like I enjoy. Not that I didn't enjoy watching the games before, but it's a bit more competitive watching it. Like, oh, you really want this guy to do well.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I couldn't care who won.
I get that because like some of the teams, like I've picked up players on some of my teams where I'm like, oh well, I don't really like Rafa and his team, but I'll watch them now because I want him to win for my points. You know, that's the same sort of attitude. So it kind of makes you interested in the games that you don't care about so much. It's a cool idea.
Also, what's it called? We just got confirmed that Prendi Viande probably would get replaced because he's apparently moved back to NA or something.
I already knew that was already released the other day. Yeah, Penguin
Yeah,
already
good
left.
one,
Yeah.
mate.
He was back in Canada, and yeah, there's talk of a new support on the horizon.
And
For
Half
Half
Devil.
Devil probably is the only one, I think.
that's what I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing those rumors of
I don't know if
Oh,
Half
God.
Devil would match into that team. I think they would get pretty annoyed on all of his talking, to be honest.
Well, we'll see.
I liked Half Devil. I want to see him at the LAN again. He was so funny.
Yeah.
He also gave me a keyboard.
He was entertaining, and he randomly gives you hugs and stuff as well. So I'm like, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. It makes me feel better about myself. So after that, what was I going to mention next? We've done predictions. Patches. Well, obviously there should be a patch this Friday coming. Is there anything you would like to see put into the patch?
Merknerf,
A buff. Oh yeah, Merc nerf.
What do you
a
want?
buff
What do you
to-
want nerfing about him? Let's go through
the
Nerf.
the one. Make his one base damage, not being
And-
able to
and
crit you for 800 from like so far away.
Also, you would need to nerf Heavy Hammer as well. It's ridiculously broken. You get 25%
Yeah.
slow from the tier 2, and you only get 5% slow more from the tier 3. You should only get like 10 or 15% slow. It's like buying a hastened Fatalis, because you can basically keep up with them. But I even think that the stats on the tier 2 Heavy Hammer might be better than Fatalis.
Oh, talking about the heavy hammer then. When do you pick it up? Like I've seen supports pick it up sometimes as first time if you're playing like a warrior or something, or in the like solo lane. Do you see it as like a first pick up item and go aggressive with it, or do you try and fit it into your build somewhere? And if so, where'd you put it? Because that's the issue I see with heavy hammer. I know it's strong. I agree it's a strong item, but where the
It's
hell
hard
do you
to
get it in
fit
your
in
build?
builds.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah,
want it
like, I
early.
would build it on support all the time, but like I think you only are able to get with Hog like 1 or 2 pots. So that's a really, really weak lane. It's just like if you're someone like Hercules and you do hit the pool and you don't even need to run them, if you've got heavy hammer, they're dead. Like I think it works really well in ranked, but I don't know. I still think the item's pretty strong.
I
don't-
agree. Yeah,
It's a bit
strong item.
stupid, really. I don't really understand why they did it.
I just found it an issue with where to put it in a build. That's the only thing I can see with it. Otherwise, it'd be really good. I mean, Ataraxia from Agilitas, he ran it once as a AD carry as first item in a tournament, and it seemed to work out pretty
I
well
saw
for him.
it.
And I was like, "Ooh, that could be a possibility." What are you laughing at tomorrow? Say something. Go on.
I'm not laughing. I'm not sure who's laughing,
Oh,
but
why do you
I
get
think
gold?
it gives you a decent mid game, like on an ADC.
But it
But
hurts you early.
like Shaggy, I know Shaggy didn't like it. I don't think NoX liked it. Like tried it in ranked. And,
Yeah.
I don't think people like it that much in the builds,
So
especially at the start.
Any other patch changes you want to see? So you want to see a Merc nerf, heavy hammer nerf, anything else?
I don't know.
I want to
think
see like a few
I want to see
buffs.
Cabrakan get buffed.
You want to see Cabrakan
Yeah.
get buffed? Have you been playing him at all?
I played him only like a couple of times. I really like his free. He's weird though. I don't really know what I would change to him. I think his ulti is the shit. Like, and
I
his
kind of see a
one,
new one.
I don't know. Maybe I think that maybe they need to change his skills around or something. I don't think he's really that good.
Okay. And so Cabrakan, I think
New one,
Cabrakan, from what I saw about Cabrakan, like he's got really, really good wave clear. Sorry, he's really, really good for peel, but he's got no engage. That's one issue.
Yeah.
And if he goes to try and steal a Gold Fury or a Fire Giant, like the other Guardians can do, he can't do that. He's just
I
going to run
might
at you.
blink on him,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, but then you buy Blink on him, it's like, do you really need Blink because you've got great mobility anyway? It's kind of a weird problem with him. That's what I felt by him anyway, with some of his issues as a Guardian. I felt like if they moved him to a Warrior, and like with
Yeah, he
Jotuns,
does feel like a
he feels a lot
warrior.
like a Warrior, doesn't he? Like with his
Yeah.
skills
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I was like, that'd be pretty good in the solo, with his abilities and things. So, and you said New Ward did your variety.
Yeah.
Why does New Ward need nerfing? Like she's balanced now, right?
What?
I think so. Yeah.
I actually saw someone do
Are
something
you on
good.
crack?
I'm just
what's-
listening. Go on.
What's it called? Someone posted that you can't get hit by the newer ult if you're not moving, like the Shiba Lonky ult, and you would like need to stand still for like 1 second or something. But that would make it like less broken, because you can. It's like if let's say you're getting really low and getting chased. Do you want to take the damage or do you want to stop so the enemy can finish you off? It's not that it's gonna change Nua that much, but it's definitely gonna make her like A bit like worse because she really needs a nerf. It's so OP late game. You just fly up, initiate a fight, get vision on everyone, and you deal like 600 damage. Boom! There goes like a quarter of the whole team's HP bar. That
So
just
do you reckon
shouldn't
that's the
be
strongest thing
viable.
on her? Is her ultimate?
Late game, I think it is. Yes.
Okay, it's good to hear.
I think the rest of her kit's fine. It's just her ultimate. Like they just need to nerf the damage a bit. So like a global ulti hitting every single person on the other team for like 600, 800
That's
with
not
SG.
on. That's just not on.
That is just so stupid.
Any other gods you expect to see a nerf or you'd like a nerf on? Like Assassins?
What other gods are
or
there?
Rama,
there's
Hebo,
Circat. I don't know about Circat.
Serket,
I think Circuit's
no,
kind
I
of in a
think
good
Rama,
spot.
he
I don't
got
really
it
know.
right.
Aphrodite.
No, I don't think.
Mm,
I
not,
don't think.
teams are picking her up less and less.
That's true.
At the moment, especially in
Got
ranked.
it.
She's never picked in ranked. I don't know why.
Someone is starting
Um,
to. Oh yeah, just go on.
I don't know really. No, I'm not too sure.
There's like a lot of questions in chat now. I feel like
Yeah, I know.
question.
I was asking them now just to preempt for when we finish talking about what you would like to see added in the patch or changed. Have you guys been following the Odyssey thing, by the way? Buying
Yes, kind of.
skins.
I don't
and
really
things?
understand it. You just buy it and that's it.
You buy it and you get a chest, right? So you get an extra chest for free, technically, where you can get someone else. And then as the Odyssey moves on, if you buy everything in the set, you'll get a reward. Like I think the first one's an esports support award. But then as you go deeper and deeper in, there are going to be more and more things that you're going to be able to get. Someone asked in chat by the way, about Geb. Do you reckon Geb needs nerfing?
DM Brandon says he needs a nerf. No, I do think Jeb is really strong. I guess he could use a bit of a nerf.
But what to?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know. I would say CC but then again, it's not even.
It's his mobility is pretty dumb. It's like
No, they can't change that.
Well,
No, that's
they
true.
slowed it down already, didn't they? A patch or two ago, they changed the rollout already. I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they?
I'm not too sure.
I'm sure.
yeah, they actually nerfed it once, like
They've-
cut one
they've been-
second off.
Yeah, they nerfed how long it actually lasted for the rollout, so you couldn't travel as far with it. So
Yeah, but that's like 1 second. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, that
It's-
Quinn's with the Quinn's nerf, Jeb is so OP now. Like he got super buffed, ridiculous.
Oh
DM
yeah,
Brandon.
the passive is actually like retarded. I don't think the Jeb shield or the Jeb ult or the Jeb. It's like his passive is also really good. Is it like 10? You only take 10% crit damage. This basically means with the chin's nerf that you can just sit in the ADCs and the melees sessions head, and they just can't hurt you because you're like undying with some physical protection.
yeah,
It's gonna take them like 10 years to kill you.
yeah, I get that. All right, well, on to questions then, I guess, from the chat if they've got any. So if you've got questions, type question in chat and the question, and we'll try and answer them. You don't have to answer all of them, obviously. What is the biggest problem for exposed secrets, and what should they do to make them disappear?
Not pick.
Make them
stupid
disappear.
gods.
Their problems.
Yeah, it makes the
disappear.
problems
Oh,
disappear,
right.
not the team.
Okay, not
I
the
had to
team,
read it
okay.
twice, and I was like, yeah, he means the issues. What issues do you think they've got any issues, and if they do, what do you think they need to do to fix it?
I don't know if they do change their picks. I think that is their picks are just exposed secrets. Really is. I think. I guess they could improve, but I don't know. I think their players are ranked players.
It's just the picks. Like sometimes I just don't understand what goes through their heads.
I think if they had even picks, I don't even think they could win even then.
Ooh.
They
Ooh, handbags from Tomato.
what? It's true. Like
Okay, I'm just saying.
it's my opinion. It's
Exactly,
not
you're
BS,
allowed
it's
in your
not- yeah.
opinion. I just went, ooh, I was excited by your opinion. That's why. So, next question. What do you think what do you want to happen to Arachne? This question is going to be very varied, just so you know.
I really do not care about that
It's
god.
gonna be changed, yeah, but I don't care.
You don't care.
I
until she needs ban in every game. You
I
don't
don't
care.
know. High res are doing all of that. They'll probably give us some ridiculous CC and damage, add another broken god into the game, which we have to ban, and then yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. I think it should be pretty cool though. Like the ability should have. but I don't know what she's going to do. I don't work on Arachne rework, sorry.
I'm looking forward to the rework, but I just know she's going to be either really bad again or completely break.
Completely OP.
That's how high-res releases got.
Okay, go on to the next one. Someone asked, what do you guys have in mind to beat Walk It Off or now Mortality? The secret strats,
We're going to
of
share
course.
that over stream. Okay.
He asked for the secret strats. I thought I'd ask, just in case you didn't want to give it up.
Yeah,
We're gonna ban Arachne.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. That's a good response to that one.
every question we can't answer is just Arachne. Yeah.
What has been the main contributing factor, do you guys think, to the fall of TSM? Or them not doing very well?
It's gotta be Arachne.
Freddy said warrior enough, but that's pretty
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
That is
I
pretty
agree.
true.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because
That's
Trix
true,
is...
Freddy.
It's Trix tank that's falling behind in the meta. He was probably the best support in the world under the warrior meta, but now he's transitioning into having a decent Jeb, a mediocre Athena, and I don't know about the rest of his guard pool. It's easy to ban out Trix. Let's just say it that way.
Okay.
And it's also Game Hunter not playing at all. Like he
Yeah, he
rarely
doesn't play-
plays anymore. Like the
I don't think
old
TSM has
TSM used
much
to be
time
like
to play, and with the Pro League, it isn't helping them.
I don't
like,
really know about
that-
that, but
Well, I don't ever really see any of them online. Like Trix Tank and Cuva, I think their school started again, so they're not able to play a lot. And I think he mentions that over Twitter as well. He doesn't really have a lot of time to play. That also could be why they're not doing so well. But yeah, they're warrior enough.
Okay. How do you
Yeah,
guys
one
feel
has to
about the new Dignitas roster?
Oh, you guys
Right,
wait
yes,
for
have
this,
our
wait
opinions
for
on-
this question.
I actually have. I don't know. They need to put Anatoly back. And then it's literally what DJ Panicus analysed about them. His dad's care tells Sap what to do. Or get Shadow Cube back in the team.
I think Shadowkey was too good to but I don't know. Did he? I think he left.
It was
didn't
he chose to leave.
Yeah.
He said on
wasn't
stream
happy.
that people weren't listening to calls and they're just doing really weird stuff. So the only people I can think doing that is Zapman and Lassis because they bent Tolly and then the best left for the exact same reason. So basically they're the only two people who must be doing something wrong.
I think just Dig just needs time. I think they'll come back. Oh, actually.
I don't think so.
Is it like a TSM situation, you reckon, where they just need to warm up and get synergized together? Kind of like Cloud9 with their roster changes? Because they've changed as many members.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think it's like with TSM.
Well, with
I think
Cloud9 is a better
TSM will
example.
always be good. Dig are not good at the moment. Very good at the moment. They just need time. And I think what they've got is Xing moved in with them in real life. I'm not too sure.
100%
No.
certain.
No.
I know Zap.
Qualifies.
I don't know. Totally coaching, but yeah, I think Xing is going to need quite a lot of time as well.
Okay.
I don't know.
So-
I think we'll see.
Rafa asked a question to you guys. Who's the best player in each role in EU?
guess-
Can we get the Fantasy League up? What players do we have?
You can say yourself as well. You can be big-headed. That's cool, man.
Yeah, mate. In every role.
Right.
You gotta be Arachne again.
Arachne.
Nah.
Right. Just
I
ask
guess-
each. Right, you can go first.
Not basing off the Fantasy League, but I'd say in solo right now it's probably NQ. Because I don't think Game Hunter's up to scratch.
Variety does on Twitter. Suck
mid.
his dick.
You're just jealous.
You're just
I'd say
jealous
mid
because I
is
got my
probably-
dick sucked. That's what you said.
In mid is probably Captain Twig. Support. I don't really know. There's not. I don't know. There's no standout support in the EU. They're all pretty much even.
They're all shitters. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Hunter.
Eddie Carey.
I think
Right now,
Rails.
it's Reels or Moex, honestly, or Shaggy. I don't know.
I think Rails or Shaggy.
Either one of them three have a good game, a really really good game, and then everyone notices them. But then I don't know. It's one of them three because they're playing on top of their game like every single time now. So it's really close for the ADC. But for jungle, I'd say Fred. I'd say he's like the
Evo.
only one keeping. Yeah, I think he's the only one keeping TSM like, even though they've lost a lot, like from losing even worse, like being stumped. He's the
I
most
would
like
agree with that.
consistent one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow, any
Uh,
differences or anyone you think's better in the role?
Wait.
I'm
So
just
who did
pulling it
Variety
up
say
right
for
now.
mid?
He said NQ,
Twig.
Huvo. He has no clue about hunters and supports for all
No clue
shitters, so
about-
he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so
I'd say probably best ADC. I don't know. It's really close, I think, between Reels and Shaggy. But I also think Mercs is really good.
Mm.
But as Variety said, who's ever playing better on the day? Solo lane. I don't know. I'm thinking probably Game Hunter, but he's not really playing at the moment.
Okay.
So I
You can
don't
still say
know.
Game Hunter for now.
I would just say Game Hunter for solo. For mid, probably Twig. Yeah, definitely. I would say Twig. Well, not definitely, but
But like,
I think
You-
Corinne's very good as well, though.
okay.
Just BM your own
But
teammates.
not
laughing.
Corinne's Hebo. Corinne's
Yeah,
Hebo
not
is just
Hebo,
shit.
not with Hebo.
Not with Hebo.
Jungle, yeah, definitely Fred.
Actually, can you play Hebo?
Supports, it was...
Because you only play healers,
like,
right?
I could play Hebo, but the thing is,
never
we
play
second
him.
picked it. We second picked it, so
So-
there's gonna pick Thanatos, Fenrir, or Loki.
So you just don't ban Hebo against you guys because you can't play that shit. That's
And
generally.
we never play Merc solo, either.
You don't play Merc solo. Okay, you see, you're just giving away vital information. Now.
Oh, we've started to play him now.
Oh yeah. We start
But-
playing now. Obviously.
Like, that was
it's
one
a
of the
Arachne.
things-
It's a Arachne
That's
solo
not
we don't
crazy,
like.
actually.
Execute are
Can
right.
I do this now?
Yeah, go for it. Well, tomorrow's
Alright.
still not finished. I was just
Okay.
it was funny about the Hebo thing.
Best ADC is like hands off Shang. He's, I don't know, he had some off games, but his ability to
He's got a new
play
keyboard as well, so he's not
Yeah.
playing like super
Playing
well.
the
at the moment.
keyboard.
and his
It
ability
is,
to play
it is.
he got a new keyboard, but his ability to play like different guards, and he has a really large guard pool. He has like a really strong Uller. He plays like probably one of the best Ramas in the world. He's Apollo and what is it? Artemis also really top tier, and his Mercury is actually also really good. He like stomps with it in ranked and also in scrims. So yeah, I think Shaggy is just a bit better than Reels, although Reels is performing really good right now. But I think Shaggy would win straight up like 1v1 with these even items or something.
I don't know. At Worlds, it was the other way. Sorry, at LAN, it was the other way round. I remember hearing Real screaming happiness when
Yeah,
he killed
but
him.
did you see
Yeah,
that?
but-
He was like
yeah,
two
well,
then
levels
again,
ahead. Like,
I was just
ahead.
trying to create drama. So I see you come back and you're like,
Yeah.
"We were talking
Yeah.
about him. Do you know nothing? Shut up, man. He was 2 levels ahead." Okay,
The
Oh,
thing
then
is
Shaggy
that he played
got 1-1.
Artemis, and he got. I think Shaggy said something about he was playing Artemis, right? And he got like 2 crits. He went aggressive as Apollo, and he landed 2 crits, which like hurts a lot when you're playing against an Artemis. And I think Shaggy tried to disengage, but he popped like his 2 in sprint and just caught up with the boar. And Shaggy is not that good at pressing beats, so yeah.
Shaggy's the
kinda
best hunter in the
bad.
world, but can't press beads. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, that makes some sense.
Also feel like
Support?
best support. Okay.
We'll go through the roles.
Oh, fuck, I'll go jungle. I'm just doing
Alright,
it
go
defense.
jungle then. Go on
Okay, I think it's gotta be Fred. He's just always on top of his game. No matter what happens, he always tears them up. And as the other guys say, I think he's like probably one of the only reasons that they actually that they're not getting stomped really hard.
Mm.
He always makes plays, and he's just a really stable jungler. And he has a pretty huge guard pool as well. Mid.
Yeah, mid.
This one is like, I don't know. I would say Twig, because Twig is just a beast. But then again, I also think players like Lady Faxes has been doing really well, and Carino's also like really good. But I think I'll have to go with Twig for the reason that he's just amazing. Solo laner, okay. I'm gonna go with. I feel like I'm getting bullied in chat or something. Yeah.
Are you being bullied in chat? You're not being bullied. Don't worry. Chat's fine. Ignore him. It's only Frezzy.
Ginger.
It's only Frezzy in your own team. Don't worry about it.
Best solo laner. I gotta go with I think I'm gonna say Verdi. And
Who?
Verdi.
Oh my god, get me.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
He plays two gods. He just said himself today.
That's actually not true. That's actually not true.
Okay.
Thank you.
He plays Erection also.
I can play more than Ra and Aphrodite.
But I don't know. I just think
Get me out.
pretty. I don't know.
Hindu,
I
do
just
you think Variety looks like Shrek in real life?
I'm not going to BM him like that. That's just rude.
Go on. I want to
No,
hear
we
your
all
opinion.
agree.
I want to hear
We
your
all
opinion.
agree he looks like Shrek in real life.
If your ears were a little bit bigger, yes. And you were green, yes.
Yeah.
There
See?
we go, boys.
Sorry, boy. Sorry.
Best support. Fuck.
Esme, shut up.
Let's support who?
Best support. That's really hard because
Say yourself. Say yourself.
Yeah, I'm the best support EU. No matter what's gonna happen.
Cocky little ginger kid.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Wow. I'm not.
Disgusting. How dare you? You should pick somebody else. Don't pick yourself. No, other than yourself, who else?
What?
Other than yourself, who else would you pick?
I just rage quit the Skype call, so I didn't
Did
get the
you?
question.
Did you really rage quit? Okay, I really
Yeah.
cared. I'm sorry, I noticed. I mean, my bad.
Nah,
I'm supposed to be a
it's
talk
okay.
show host, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Go on then.
At the moment, I'd have to go with Frizzy because people don't know how to counter Frizzy's playstyle, which is a problem because
That's a good shout.
he's just going everywhere and getting EXP. He would like always go and try and steal the blue on time.
Yeah.
They have a lot of weird strats with like delaying the mid Harvey so they keep the time on, and he's always gonna be in the jungle and roaming around it. It's really hard, and also his humor is like, I don't know, he plays it really, really well, and with the aggression his team brings, they usually pick a lot of global ults like Janus or Apollo or Mercury. It actually works out because they can collapse if he gets like collapsed on himself.
Yeah.
So I think when people learn how to counter Frizzy, he's not gonna be like as good as he is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, I'd have to go with Frizzy.
Okay, that makes sense. And last question that we'll probably do is, who do you reckon is the best player in EU that doesn't have a team? Or is not in Challenger, you could also say. Sorry, not in Challenger, not in
He
Pro
said
Scene.
this before, and it was just the biggest load of bullshit I ever heard.
What?
Me?
Yeah, you said Zop QQ,
Yeah.
and you also said it was really nice, which is just
Okay.
he's not.
F6, guys.
He is just the AIDS of ranked.
I don't know. I like him. I don't know. That might just be him being nice to me or something.
I don't know.
Any other suggestions from you other guys who you think is the best one then?
I know. I think there's a lot of talents to go over, but I don't know if you guys did you all play with the. Fuck. Is Sneaky on a team right now?
He's on what? He's on Mortality, but he's a sub.
Can I go with a sub as well?
Yeah, you can go with subs. If they're not on the main roster, that counts.
I think that actually then it's gotta be Ninja Demi, cause he plays 4 roles up to a SPL level, and he has proven that, and he's just, I don't know, he's a beast, and he's also really good at communicating and stuff. He's like literally one of the best subs you could ever wish for. He plays 4 roles like really well.
Are you
I
okay?
agree. This is just sad.
What,
It's sad.
why
What's
is it
up?
sad tomorrow?
I don't know. It's just. I agree. It's the best sub.
Why are you getting all emotional?
He's just the best sub that we could ever wish for. Thank you, Demi. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Appreciate it.
Variety, do you have any other differences of opinion of who you reckon?
I've got to agree with Rafa. It's got to be Attorney.
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 Cool, man. And even Lloydie's saying it in the chat as well, but who's Lloydie, you know?
Yeah, Lloydie got pooped on
It
by
used to be
Attorney.
someone. Used to be someone. Poor Lloydie. Rip Lloydie. Just take a moment of silence for him. Good moment, guys. Good moment. Alright, guys. I think that's going to come to the end of the show. Have you guys got any shout-outs or anything you want to do? At the end of this, like to your sponsors or to your fans?
Thank you to Team Coast for not putting us on your website.
We actually are on their website, although it's Ninja Bobcat and Shaggy Shink.
Ninja Bobcat, amazing.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
And then he took them.
I want to do a shout out to my sister who's watching this as well, and to my mum and to my dad for letting me play computer games.
Yay! Thank you, mummy.
I wouldn't be here without them.
That's true, because you wouldn't have been born, so I get that one.
Yeah. A shout out to all the terrible ranked players that have to deal with you. You're actually AIDS. Don't ever get in my game. But yeah.
I don't know. I would have to give a shout out to Sir Killer. I know he got me into competitive gaming, and Yamen and a guy called Kaisugi. He's like stopped playing Smite, but all really good friends of mine. And yeah, they got me basically where I am today. And also shout out to Verity for asking me if I wanted to sub in for like the week we won. I wouldn't have been here without you, Verity.
Oh.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you for our sub, Emilzy.
I love Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's
thank you
sarcasm. That. Thank
to
you so
you,
much
Hindu.
for our sub. MLZ. Variety. So happy we have
What?
him.
I'm just an honest person, man.
I can
I'm just
tell.
an
Did you
honest
call me the
person.
worst sub?
No, he said it with love. He said it with love, MLZ.
I did.
He said it with love, honestly. Right, any shout outs for you, sir? Is that no? Is that just no?
Shout out to NQ, dude. He's so good.
Shout out to
Yeah,
NQ.
thank you. Be the best.
I
solo
guess
as well.
thank you for having us on the show, Hindu. It's been very nice talking with you.
Absolutely.
I really want you to cast SPL games, but that's not going to happen. So that's a shame.
It could happen.
Well,
Yeah.
We need to get a petition
Let's-
on the game.
Yeah, let's go sign a petition.
Well, we'll steer away from that point and close
Or
out the
straw
show,
poll.
guys. Thank you so much for all three of you for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I hope the guys at home watched it and enjoyed it. This should happen every single week with different teams, and hopefully some people who have some cameras. I mean, these guys won second at the LAN and still can't afford them right now.
No money.
What can I say? they've got no money, but that's all I'm saying. You know, they won, they got all that prize money, and they don't have cameras. So hopefully next week we'll have something different on. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll be back next week. I'll see you all later.
Love you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Farewell.